On Sunday, November 7th and Monday, November 8th, there's a unique concert at the Rialto Theater in Aransas Pass. The concert benefits the Rockport Center for the Arts and is part of the Guy Clark Festival. It features recording artists Verlin Thompson and Shawn Camp, both friends of the late Guy Clark. To tell us more, we have none other than Shawn Camp on the line from Nashville. Welcome, Shawn.
Thank you, Dee Dee. Great to be here. Thanks for having me.
You're a record producer, songwriter, singer, and the player of many strings. Tell me about your history with Guy Clark.
Well, we were just friends. We got acquainted, back in the early 90s, and ended up, my uncle worked at a construction company in Little Rock, Arkansas, I'm from Arkansas, and my Uncle Carl Riley worked for a guy named Jack Kinnerman with the Kinco Company, and they had a Christmas party every year, and they always hired Guy Clark to come to Little Rock, and Guy would bring Verlin Thompson. Well, my uncle told the guy that owned the company, you ought to have Guy bring Shawn Camp to back home one time, and so he called Guy, and Guy brought me over, and I'd never played with Guy at that point. It was just a fluke kind of that he asked me to go, and we just hit it off musically instantly. Verlin Thompson and I were brothers, just like right off the bat, and so we were just great friends and co-writers. We wrote a lot of songs together.
And you co-produced Guy's Grammy Award-winning album.
That's true. My Favorite Picture of You was the last album that Guy recorded, and I co-produced it with Chris Latham, who was the engineer on several of Guy's last records. And of course, Verlin Thompson was on the record, and he contributed a lot on that too. And really should be a co-producer on that too, but he wouldn't take the production credit. We all kind of produced those records as we went,
And one song you wrote with Guy, Magnolia Wind, is one of the songs on the tribute CD, Rockport Kind of Guy. What's the inspiration behind that song?
Magnolia Wind is a song that I wrote with Guy about a lady I knew in Arkansas named Sis Draper. We wrote a whole series of songs, about a dozen songs, about Sis Drapers and the characters in my family for a concept album that we were going to do together, but Guy got sick, Well, Magnolia Wind was the second song in that series of songs that we wrote, and it's a pretty song, and it never lets me down. We've recorded it several times, and I thought it would be fitting to be a part of this project, so I'm glad and honored to be on this project and part of the fundraiser for Rockport and the Arts Center there.
How do you think Guy would feel about having a tribute CD and an event in his honor?
I think he'd be tickled about it. He was, he didn't really like to be flashy or anything, or he didn't want a lot of attention. But I think it was a real art to him, and he would be thrilled to be raising money for the cause that this is for. And he was just an artist, and I mean, he painted great pictures, and his friend Steve Russell that is painting all these amazing oil paintings inspired by these songs. I think he's doing the whole album worth of songs. Like, I don't know if there's 10 or 12 songs, and he's painting pictures that represent those songs, So those prints will be on sale too, and he is an amazing artist and a great guy, and Guy Clark and Mr. Russell were really close pals, and I think it's a really neat thing.
And it's such a nice tie-in. As Shawn said, Steve Russell has painted a picture for each of the songs that is on this CD, which again is called Rockport Kind of Guy. And Guy was a humble man and modest, but so are you, Shawn, because you've co-written songs for Garth Brooks and George Strait and others. You've got a very successful career on your own. Tell us about the group you're playing with now.
Well, I do a lot of shows just playing my songs, you know. I've got a little Americana band that's kind of a hybrid electric acoustic type band, and we play quite a bit, and I also play a lot of solo shows, playing, just a variety of songs that I write. And I'm also in a band called the Earls of Leicester with a lot of great world-class bluegrass players, and we play nothing but Flat and Scruggs music. And we've done okay with that. I think we won a Grammy in 2012 or something with that, and it's a good thing to do. It's a great diversion, and it's a beautiful thing to get in the middle of a band that sounds exactly like Flat and Scruggs, and I'm imitating Lester Flatt basically in the band, and it's just fun. I've got always got different irons in the fire, but Verlin Thompson and I have been doing this Guy Clark tribute for the last couple of years, and I don't know how many shows we do a year, probably 30 shows a year or so far, maybe 40, and it's a really great thing to do to honor Guy, and it kind of gives closure to a lot of his fans that never got to say goodbye to him too. It's a really great thing to hear his songs played live again, So we do a lot of that.
Well, we are so looking forward to having you in Rockport, which was one of Guy Clark's stomping grounds in his younger years. Do you get to Texas very often? You said you were born in Arkansas, and I know you live in Nashville now.
I do, and I get down there quite a few times a year, and really thanks to Guy and my association with Guy Clark, Joe Abels over at the Saxon Pub in Austin kind of orchestrated it, I think, and I ended up getting an honorary Texan plaque. So Verlin's from Oklahoma, so we both got honorary Texan plaques. So now we're one of y'all.
Hey, welcome. Welcome to
Thank you.
It's a very big club.
We love it. I was just down in Stephenville, Texas at Larry Joe Taylor's place for the Keith Sykes Songwriter Festival this last weekend, and just got back yesterday up to Tennessee. So it's I love going to Texas. Every chance I get, I go to Texas. So.
Well, we so look forward to having you. This is going to be a great concert. And Shawn, thanks for your time and wishes for continued success.
Thank you so much, Dee Dee. Great to meet you and visit with you, and I look forward to seeing you down there.
Thank you. And listeners, just a reminder, the concert we're talking about is Sunday, November 7th and Monday, November 8th. It is the Rockport Center for the Arts benefit at the Rialto Theater in Aransas Pass, and it's part of the Guy Clark Festival. We've been talking to award-winning, very well-known, very talented record producer, songwriter, singer, Shawn Camp.